Um, a raw, real, fantasy-driven journey into the life of a relationship.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Jana. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm well, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you and to talk about this very hot spice series.
Yes.
So, yes, right? But I would like to know, how drew you to this project?
I think the rawness and the realness of the subject matter. I think anyone who's been in a relationship for any amount of time, you quickly see how things can become stagnant, and you can get lazy, and two people in a relationship just start missing one another. And I just love how the show deals with those blind spots for Cooper, for my character, but also how it tells the story through the lens of the female gaze for the first time. I think really gives voice to what women are having to juggle in the many responsibilities and feelings that you go through in motherhood and being a wife and running a business and all of these things, all of which as a male I am highly unqualified to speak to. But I'm glad to have been a part of something like that.
Yeah, we're always talking about the perfect girl to get married, but never the perfect guy to get
That's
married.
right.
And Cooper was the perfect guy. If you think about it, of course, you might be missing something because you cannot have it all the time. But right. What do you like the most about Cooper?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, what I love about Cooper the most is that even what he doesn't have and what he has failed at, he's willing to work on. He's willing to say, okay, I didn't know you needed this until now, so let's go to work. There's a great line that Sarah's character has in the show where she says, my husband has 85% of everything I could ever want. It's that other 15% that I just can't get out of my head. And the question is, how do we go about getting that other 15%? Do we work for it, or do we throw everything away for something new? And I think that that's what the show explores.
Yeah. And let's talk a little bit about like those sex scenes, like how like you were comfortable. How was like work with Cassie, with the choreographer and the directors on those scenes?
It's weird. I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat that. Casey Hideki, our intimacy coordinator, was indispensable in this project. I think for all of the cast members to know that for every one of these scenes that we did, there was nothing that was a surprise. There was nothing that was, there was not a hand out of place. There was not a moment that happened that was not rehearsed beforehand. So we rehearsed all of these scenes, so we knew what we were getting into. And now the challenge becomes, when you actually do the scene, how to make it look unrehearsed and natural and organic and completely spontaneous. So, but I think that knowing that you're going into this and you're protected, you're being watched out for on both sides of the equation was massive. You couldn't do a show like this without it.
Yeah. And what we can expect of season 1 of Sex Life?
A raw, real, fantasy-driven journey into the life of a relationship, told through the lens of our heroine, Billie Connelly, done incredibly, might I add, by Sarah Shahi.
That's amazing. I watch everything, but I'm not going to spoil anything to anyone because everybody needs to check it out. Thank you so much for your time, Michael.
Thank you, Jen. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.